Okay, so I'm gonna use Tamiya putty. Oh my, this is a big clump here. Alright, it's a little bit old. Yeah, I got Tamiya lacquer thinner. There, look at that. Now let's get around her arms here too. The joints. Then we'll sand off the excess. Later on. Yeah, I just find that there's a bit better control this way than if you just apply it directly. It just gets kind of messy, I think, in my opinion, in my experience. And we'll just let that pool up in there. There. Now we'll paint along here too. We gotta fill in the cracks along her belt too, I think. It doesn't look very even. It looks very, very segmented. No, the front maybe is not so bad. Mainly just the back. And then just apply some layers as you go along. Let it dry and then add some more. Fill in the cracks more. There. Okay, so let's move on to the Ohmu. Let's fill in the cracks along his ugly face here. There. So leave a comment. Let me know how you do this. Do you prefer just slabbing it on and then sanding the rest off, or do you prefer thinning it with lacquer thinner and then painting it on and then going back and sanding to fine details? Let me know. Okay, finished results. No more hole in the back. Shoulders look a bit smoother. The face is going to look smoother. And no more hole on the back. Plus also the spines are looking a lot better, more put together. The back part, very little had to be done here at all. So the next step will be to prime. I've also put together the machine gun here. Fun stuff. There's one last thing. I almost forgot this part. Before priming, we're going to do the harpoons. So, actually, I'm just going to cut these and sand these and then glue them on. There. So the pointy tips, we don't need. Those are just going to be trash. There. So, let's get the glue out. There. Okay, so I think we should probably put one, like, I don't care if the glue gets messy or not, it shouldn't matter. Not at this stage. Let's kind of stick one here. Right there. That looks pretty cool, huh? And the other one, maybe get stick on the back. Find a relatively smooth place to do it. Just get some more glue. There. Just hold it, let it dry. There we go. Okay, so to paint Nausicaa, I'm going to use Delta Ceram Coat paints. Got Blue Jay, like a light blue for her pants. Blue Bayou for her tunic, dress. Raw Sienna is going to be the color of her hair. Burnt Sienna is like a reddish brown, which we'll use for her her boots and such. Flesh tone, obviously for skin. White for the crest on her chest. And opaque red is going to be for that little red dot on her chest. Okay, so the Delta Ceram coats, you thin them with water, and they brush on real well too. So, like right here, her shoulder area, I'm going to be painting this red actually. In the movie, as you remember, she gets shot in her her left shoulder, also on her right leg. I'm just going to have to carefully paint in and around this design area here. Might have to make several takes before I get it right. Some people might be intimidated by some of the intricate painting involved with something like this. but I actually enjoy it. I find it's good to just balance my my fingers here together, stabilizing it like that, and then applying the paint. This is actually pretty fun. Now it's okay if it overlaps. In my experience, it's best if it overlaps a little bit at least, because that way I'm not going to find any gaps between painted areas that have the gray primer. So that's also why it's good to use several different kinds of paint, different shades of paint, instead of trying to mix my own, because if I have to go back and make some adjustments, then it'll be really difficult to do so. And, you know, to get the paint to match the way I had it before. So, to save myself from headaches, it's best just to purchase several different shades of paint, the Delta Ceram Coat paints. I bought these at a craft store called Joann's. They don't really have much at all for plastic models, but they do have some decent paints there. So, the brushes, actually, they've gotten better. They used to sell on like really crappy paint brushes, but lately it seems like they've gotten some decent brushes. Let me just paint the back of her head here, and you'll notice her back looks really nice. Filled in that hole with the putty just fine. So this is looking pretty good. I'll probably go over it a second time, just to give it a second coat. I don't know if you can pick this up or not, but my 3-year-old daughter is doing the la 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 song, the Nausicaa song. That's awesome. I just put on the very ending of Nausicaa. I haven't seen that movie in such a long time. I just wanted to get a good visual reference for the ending of the movie, because this plamo is from the very ending of the movie. So it'd be cool if she was in the pose, like when she's just standing with the insect in front of the stampede, and when Nausicaa sacrifices her life. That would have been a really cool pose, but instead she's struggling with the insect. So, oh well. That would be a cooler pose, but this is okay too. Paint the boots. Paint the boots. Paint the boots. Okay, what I did was I carved away a notch with an X-Acto knife and just painted over it. So I'm going to paint this part red because this is where she got shot in the foot. Figure's looking pretty good. Check this out. I like it. I just need to do the eyes, and that's always the trickiest part, but for the most part it's all complete. So she's got her sword and her back, and everything's pretty nice. So I had to use, for the silver I used a metallic silver, and for the bag and belt I used dark forest green, and it's pretty nice. So next, I'm not going to bother showing it, but for the machine gun I'm going to use Model Master acrylic gunmetal. It's like a semi-gloss. Okay, so for painting the body of the Ohmu insect, I'm going to use Tester's Model Master acrylic. This is Euro dark green. And just to make it a little bit interesting, I'm going to paint the underside a little bit slightly different green. This is called Helgren Realm or something. I don't know. Anyhow, I think it's a German color or something like that. This will be the underside. Okay, so the belly part, actually it looks pretty cool. I like it. Now I completed painting the rest of the model. It's maybe a little bit too green. I don't quite like it. Now for Char's spaceship here, which is the same color, that fits perfectly. The Scope Dog from Votoms would be this color too, I think. So that's a nice color for this. However, the Ohmu is maybe a little bit too green, so I use the Euro Dark Green, and so I'm going to use Model Master Hellblau Realm, RLM 78. This is more German words. I don't know. The belly was the Hellgren Realm, and that was the light green here. We're going to do this color, Hellblau. This is like a more of a grayish green. Hopefully it'll also look better. So I'll have to repaint this model here. Okay, so I repainted it. This is maybe a little bit closer to what I could have done before. I wanted to achieve like a gray, green, blue. Now I made it a little bit too blue. What I was using was the Hellgren Realm, the Euro Dark Green, again, just a bit, and then also I put in a little bit too much Insignia blue, making this a little bit more blue than I anticipated, than I wanted it to be. So what I'm going to do next, this is okay, so what I'm going to do is attempt to do an enamel wash. I have did a clear coat with Future, and I'm going to use enamel neutral gray as a wash. Okay, so I'm using really watered down, very thinned enamel paint, and I'm just going over it with just a regular paintbrush. So the nice bluish dark color is still on the bottom, and just gonna have this other stuff on top. This kind of makes it nice and dirty looking too. This is gonna look pretty cool, I think. There, see? And if I put a little bit too much on a certain place, I can just take it off by just, you know, brushing it off, just smearing it around. This is turning out better than I thought. It's my first time doing this, actually, I think. I don't know. I did stuff when I was a kid doing model railroads and junk, but anyhow, it's looking pretty cool now. Is that cool looking or what? Holy crap. This turned out much better than I thought it was going to. I'm happy. So the base color, obviously you can see, and you got this dirty gray all over it, and I think it looks nice. So assemble, and then I'll do a bit of dry brushing too, I imagine. That's pretty cool. Okay, let's do a little bit of dry brushing. This is Tester's Steel. Just gonna stir it up a little bit. Just get a brush here. Get a bunch of paint on it. Put away the paint. And then just rub it all off. Most of it off until the brush gets dry, hence the term dry brushing. Let's test it out a little bit. Okay, that's cool. Now I'm just going to maybe a little bit less. Remove more of the paint. There. And just let it get the highlights. Actually, I might need a little bit more. this side of the barrel of the gun. Get the underneath. There. That kind of looks more like a real gun, I guess. There. Pretty cool. And if I used a little bit too much, just dab a little bit of enamel thinner. Just kind of take it off a little bit. Just kind of smooth it a little bit. Just a little more uniform. There. So what I'm going for is more like a two-tone, so it's not just one solid color. It kind of has two different colors going on here. I think it looks pretty nice. Great.